Katsina United this weekend. Remo Stars will be hosting the Katsina Awards. That's what it is going to be going down this weekend. Okay, before we go for commercial break, let's quickly talk about Eric Schell. Eric Schell is addressing the speculations. What are the speculations? Talk about this very good coach Eric Schell. Yes, he has opened up on the recent rumors linking him with Olympique Marseille, and of course, according to Schell, in recent times his profile actually was going higher. Everybody was looking for him from Angola to to Algeria to Tunisia. They all wanted him as they felt he did very well with Nigeria. But of course, for Eric Schell, he went to crescendo. All of this went to crescendo when Marseille was in the news that they wanted to have him to replace Roberto De Zerbi. But the team has now formally they've signed former Senegal international Habib Beye as their new coach now, leading all those speculations in the mud. So Eric Schell revealed that he did not have any personal contact with anybody in the Ligue 1 giant Marseille. So all of these things were just speculations. Whoever believed it, you believe it at your own peril. Yeah, he said he has a year left on his contract with Nigerian Football Federation and he's not discussing with anyone.
As if that matters. As if we don't know how these things work. You're only coming out to say it because the other side have already announced who the new manager is. You won't say that when the place is still vacant, because by that you'll be ruling yourself out of whatever thing they get going. So plus I've said it before. Marcel is a very big job. You know, the vacancy is there, but I don't think there's any way Olympique Marseille will be so out of managers in Europe and they'll be coming for a national team manager who has not proved himself at club level.
Really?
Sincerely speaking, I'll feel if that had happened, to be like, wow, is it because he's good on money level, he saves them a lot of money? Because from Roberto De Zerbi to this man, the gap is wild. We all talk about how good he's been with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, but we don't talk about how good the players, the crop of players we have got in Super Eagles. Our Super Eagles of Nigeria's players can beat Olympique Marseille. We've got the qualities. I don't see player like Osimhen, Olympique Marseille, player like Lukman Ademola, Wilfred Ndidi, all these great players.
They are missing Greenwood.
That's the only player that comes to mind, and maybe Aubameyang.
They have Aubameyang.
I can list 7, 8 players who are top players, doing well for their both clubs and country. Okay. So sincerely speaking, personally for me, I don't care whatever happens to Eric Schell.
You don't care?
I don't fans him yet.
You have been saying that now.
Believe it. I still feel like what we are enjoying now is still a fluke. If we had made it to the World Cup, I would have said yes, that's a very good one.
Well, some good news are coming that we might be making it to the World Cup.
A lot of people have gone to rest on that.
Some things are now coming from the underground that we might make it to the World Cup.
Now people are turning on for the volume of their radio sets.
Don't turn it to. Leave it the way it is. Let that be a surprise to you. Don't say the finance we are going to the World Cup. Don't quote what I did not even say anything anyway. Okay, we'll come back to all of these much more. Let's have a breather. Let's have a commercial message. When we return, we'll be looking through. Some of you are wondering, why didn't Osimhen celebrate the goal last night? He's explained why he didn't celebrate the goal. And of course, you get to know very shortly. Let's have a commercial message. I will be back. The finest is here. Sports Cruise on Melody 100.7 FM. Daniel Adeyemi, the sports here, is with me. Commercial message. We will definitely be back.
Melody FM 100.7. torí pé a ti sàmìyè sí wa lára ni olúwa ọlọ́run tún ṣe kàwáyé nínú ìrìnàjò ẹ̀mí lọ sórílẹ̀-èdè Israel àti Jordan pẹ̀lú ìránṣẹ́ ọlọ́run alààyè Prophet Ezekiel Akínbíyì Mark nípasẹ̀ iléeṣẹ́ You Fit Fly. bẹ́ẹ̀ni ìròyìn jìbìtì lọ́fíìsì You Fit Fly láti bá Prophet Ezekiel Akínbíyì Mark ṣèrìnàjò lọ sórílẹ̀-èdè Israel àti Jordan láti ọjọ́ títí ní ọjọ́ kejìdínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kẹrin ọdún 2026 níbi tí gbogbo wa ti máa fojú kan àwọn àyè àṣẹ ká dárúkọ nínú bíbélì nínú ìrìnàjò lẹ́yìn ogun aṣẹ́ ìdí ajá ẹ̀rín yóò sì pẹ̀kẹ́ onípòjìpò òòyà má jẹ́ kí wọ́n rí ẹ̀ fún ọ tètè tó sọ́fíìsì You Fit Fly tàbí kí ẹ máa fi ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ 090111190 tàbí 08039913863 website www.youfitfly.com ìrìnàjò ẹ̀mí lọ sórílẹ̀-èdè Israel àti Jordan pẹ̀lú Prophet Ezekiel Akínbíyì Mark èmi ò ní gbẹ̀yìn bẹ́ẹ̀ o.
in time for you right here, the finance. Of course, Daniel Adeyemi, the sports here. And now, for those who are wondering, last night Victor Osimhen scored a very important goal because before he scored that goal, it was more or less like his team might be dumped out of the UEFA Champions League. But immediately after he scored that goal, there was a respite for his team. He should have celebrated such a goal, but he didn't celebrate. And people are wondering, why didn't he celebrate? He has said it. Why he didn't celebrate? He has a big respect for Spalletti because the man has had a whole lot of things about his career, a lot of influence about his career. And but some people are saying, Osimhen just said that it's because his body language is going to Juventus. And right about now, Juventus have tabled 120 million euros to buy Victor Osimhen from Galatasaray, the sports here.
Mr. Victor, just calm down. Because the truth is, this time last season, everybody was crying for the marriage between Victor and Galatasaray. They were crying. Both the boyfriend is saying, I'll do anything for you. The girlfriend is also saying, wherever you go, I'll follow. But all of a sudden now, the boyfriend has run out of funds. And as usual, people.
The boyfriend has run out of funds.
Yeah, that's what's happening with Galatasaray now. Because there is no way you score a goal like that. And you'll be thinking about a manager who helped you.
Because such a goal makes someone celebrate like mad dog.
In the extra time, for me, it was a weak excuse to have given. You should have said something else. You should have just said, that's how you feel disappointed because your team went from losing a 3 goals advantage.
From 5-2 to 5-5. I mean, that was crazy.
So why should you be celebrating? You just want the guys to fight. You could have just said something else. But to say it's because of the respect you have for Spalletti. What about the ones who break bank to sign you just a few months ago? You didn't respect them anymore.
Who welcomed you like king.
Welcome you like king. Did the drone, everything. All of a sudden, you've forgotten everything. Now, you remember some 2 years ago when Spalletti was... Osimhen's career as a footballer is not owed to one manager. He's been through many managers. From the Wolfsburg to France. He's been to Amunike. So he's been through about 5-6 managers. So it's each time you play against those managers, you score, you don't celebrate. If that was a World Cup final, Nigeria and Italy, and Spalletti is the coach of Italy. You will score a World Cup final goal for Nigeria and you will not celebrate. You will not tell us because you respect Spalletti so much. So you disrespect your nation. No. Players do a lot of things out of respect. But that can be after the game. It's only against your former team that you still hold in high esteem. Even Kai Havertz is celebrating scoring against Chelsea. Because I don't think he will score against Napoli or Osimhen and not celebrate. Because of the kind of situation it was for them before they part ways. So for me, it was a weak excuse. The body language is there. After the game, some of the things he was saying in the media shows that somehow it's not with the club again.
His mind is leaving Gala already.
It's just there. It's just that naturally Osimhen is a fighter. That's what he does. Whether he likes the team or not, he will still keep on fighting. He wants to always be on the score sheet. And that was what he did yesterday. The heroic of him. Galatasaray will also, see him as one player that they will put up there. Because for the first time in a long time now, they're advancing to the round of 16 in the UEFA Champions League. So it's very good night for him. But I just don't like the idea that what should have been a memorable night, because celebrating goals is what makes it memorable for you. It's actually what makes fans also get behind you the more. Galatasaray fans will hear something like that, you feel like, what?
He doesn't know how to celebrate.
I mean, we know he's one of the best when it comes to someone that can run the field for offside goal. Now we run and whenever we call it, it's offside. And yet he will still put on that mask again and still squat another one. They will say it's offside. Osimhen is that energetic, is that very... So it shows that he is quick to think like that because the motivation for the other side is dying gradually. And that's why he can begin to think about his past. And after the game, I saw him talking with one of the Juventus legend, where he was even he gave the guy his jersey and they were talking, and I can read.
So his mind is already going back to Italy.
And why I'm saying he should be careful.
But why should he go back to Italy with what he experienced with Napoli?
The same boyfriend that served
the same thing his brother experienced
the same place.
at Atalanta.
This one is not telling you that I'm not like my brother. He should shine his eyes because the truth is, if I'm him already, with what your brother witnessed with Atlanta, with what you witnessed with Napoli, it should be done with.
Don't you think what Osimhen has been saying recently, because just a few days ago he said something about his mind being at Juventus and saying Juventus is one of the greatest football clubs in the world and where he feels his football will grow very well. Don't you think saying such a thing and Gala people listening to such a thing will read meanings into it? You see where you're reading meaning to it now.
Yeah, definitely. They are not blind as well, and they are not deaf. I think the marriage, Bam Bam said it the other time, when it comes to Turkey, the marriage seems to be over quick. And they don't, Icardi came.
They don't marry you for long.
Yeah, Icardi came, everywhere was, Drogba came, all these great players have been there. Wesley Sneijder has been there. So they know how to celebrate you. 1-2 seasons, they're looking at another player. So for them, they know they can't win the Euros with you. They can't win the Champions League. So they know very well.
So what are they looking for?
It's just for them, it's all about getting into the news. It's all about the spark.
But you just said it now, they're in the round of 16. I mean, when was the last time in the round of 16?
It's been a long journey. It's been a long time for them.
Yeah.
But it's about some things like that. But Victor said it himself after the game, that they just want them to make history. As one of the things that, that will remind the rest of Europe that there's a particular league called Turkish League and all of those stuffs. So it's what they can get. They are not the side yet. They almost lost to Juventus yesterday.
So what if you now, I mean, by crook or hook or crook, get into the quarterfinal, get into the semi-final,
and get to final. And Arsenal is still yet to win Champions League. And Galatasaray will win Champions League. Now.
Who says miracles? I mean, you're a pastor, you should know that miracles happen.
No, I'm not talking about miracles now. I'm just talking about what actually fact. This side
it's easier for Galatasaray to win Champions League before Arsenal.
I think it's easier for Arsenal at the moment, to be honest, to win Champions League before
now
Galatasaray. That's the honest truth. I don't say Arsenal will win it. I'm just saying I'm comparing two lesser teams now in terms of Champions League pedigree. Okay. They are both on the same. I mean, I think Galatasaray is even higher in the ranking than them. So I'm just saying that they are better. They are both in the same shoe, but Arsenal at the moment are better, have more advantage. So for Osimhen, he should just be careful. If I'm him at the moment, I'll be looking at Turkey. I mean, I'll be looking at Saudi, or maybe Premier League.
Why Saudi? Why not Premier League or
That's what I'm saying. If Premier Leagues are not ready to break bank. Benny McCarthy was in the news some weeks ago. He was talking about when he was in Manchester United. Ten Hag gave him the assignment that give us a striker. We need a striker. And then he said they used AFCON, the last AFCON when Nigeria finished second, to what Victor Osimhen. He said, and that was it. So when he returned back with the AFCON results, it wasn't so good. Osimhen didn't perform very well at that AFCON. Yes. He said the result wasn't so good. He came back from AFCON as well, got injured, said they had to back out of that. So that goes to show that these guys are always moving around. When a player, is up there. So he's up there again. All of the things that is happening with Galatasaray now, with what happened yesterday, Thierry Henry, all these great players, they're Pierre coming around you and, trying to farm you.
Yes, now.
They're
taking pictures with you.
Yes, they're opening
great
doors.
Guys in the past.
Thierry Henry was saying yesterday, where he was, analyzing the game, he said if Osimhen enters the dressing room and starts slapping the players, his colleagues, he said he will support him.
Because they almost messed him.
Yes, they deserve the slaps. So that's the big boys, big men like that. They're opening doors for you. If they say Osimhen to Arsenal, because I don't think they have a proper number 9, he will back you. Say go for him. Man United, they want you. So he needs to actually calm down. Italy, it's easier for him to feel like, the way I had it easy. You've conquered Italy. You've conquered Turkey. So try something else. You are at the peak of your career. 2-3 years from now, you're done. Probably in one USA or something. You are one of the greatest Nigerian footballer we've seen. We've enjoyed Osimhen for over a decade now. It's been that consistent. So he needs to actually make the most of it. 2 years or 3 years, or maybe 2 years, come to Premier League, even if it is Tottenham. If it is Manchester City, okay, let's say Haaland is there. If it is Arsenal, if it is Liverpool, just go there. Just be in a place where you will contest with the big boys, even if you don't win the league.
Chilling with the big boys.
Just chill with the big boys for a season or two, and you will come out of that career and said, I've seen it all. In 2 years' time, yes, in 2 years' time, you can now go
to Saudi and get all the money.
By the time you go to Premier League and you are there for 2 seasons and you deliver goals, maybe like even 30 goals in those 2 seasons for all competitions, and you now want to be out. Any place, either USA or Saudi, they will pay you big money.
Most definitely.
But if you are leaving Italy to Saudi, the money is not big.
Of course,
if you are leaving Italy to USA, the money is not big. So it needs to actually look at it. It's missed it on Galatasaray, in my own opinion. It's a big miss. They are holding you. You don't like the way the second spell is going.
The money is too much now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The guys have broken all the
that's exactly what I'm saying. So it's not working. It's not working. That's not the plan.
You guys should get out.
So getting out, you need to actually know where are you getting into. If you go to Juve,
but looking at the EPL, which team we want Osimhen at this time?
I've said it the way
Arsenal have Victor Gyökeres.
No, I don't think that's the kind of striker they were looking for when they want to sign Victor
Manchester
Gyökeres.
United,
With
they
the
have,
way Manchester United is fine right now is due to the fact that they have a striker that is really a striker when you look at him, Benjamin Sesko. Manchester City is enjoying goals because they have a striker that fits the modern.
Did you see the goal Victor Gyökeres scored at the weekend? What a curvy goal, man.
Yeah, I want him to do that in the Champions League. Where the big boys score goals, where Osimhen is scoring goals, where Haaland is scoring goals. There are no kind of chance like that in the Champions League. Champions League requires that you are strong, you are agile. We saw the Didier Drogba of this world. They shut down the Van Nistelrooy, shut down Champions League because they were the strikers. Striker needs to be like Victor Osimhen. Osimhen needs to look at himself in the mirror and say, am I for Turkey or Italy? And then look at the Haaland of this world that we are hyping. Come there and just do one season. Show them. If I'm you, do one season. Camp. Show them and tell them you're out. I just came to show you guys that there's nothing big here. I can do it. I will even take pay cut. Because right now, sincerely speaking, I make boast of him because he's that good. Osimhen is that good.
So he can just take pay cut.
Just take pay cut.
Even if he's to come to Brentford.
You can never be poor again. Brentford will not want to sign Osimhen now and be giving him £100,000 weekly.
At all.
Chelsea that said they will not move an inch. They will be forced to move an inch now. They will say, you know what, if it's on this one, even players will say, bring him. This João Pedro that is Pedro in a man, is it taxing you will bring back home? Bring this guy. All of us, we don't mere contributing our wages. Paying 300. He will take it. And that's the truth. So Osimhen needs to actually, for the sake of, crowning his career in the best way possible. Just crown it. You've had a very fantastic career. Yes, it's so sad that you don't get to win anything with Nigeria, which we just still don't know yet. But
you can still win the next AFCON.
The Scudetto, you've won the Galatasaray, the Turkish league, you've won here and there. Just come to the Premier League, not to win it.
And just participate in the most exciting league in the world.
Who says you can't win it? Liverpool still don't have a proper striker. Ekitike still plays from the flank.
Yeah, it's true.
They spend 120 million, 50 on Isak.
He's injured.
He's inside the sack now. So it's really an open platform for you. Just explore. For once, he needs to just open his hands and say, let me even listen to this English side. And maybe
let's see what can happen there.
And they will see the way we'll be making headlines.
All right, talking about UEFA Champions League, the draws come up tomorrow, 1 p.m. Yes, 1 p.m. tomorrow, the UEFA headquarters in Neon. We're going to be working out for that one. Tomorrow when we come on the cruise show, we'll be analyzing all of the fixtures. For talking about the round of 16 fixtures. And one of the major possible pairings is a rematch between Man City and Real Madrid again. So that's one of the most possible pairings coming up. In fact, Real Madrid already said it. I mean, I saw it today when they were saying they are expecting Man City already.
Well, that's actually not going to be, too many people will be saying the same thing will happen. It has happened for some years now. For 4 years, we've seen them come either in the quarterfinals or in the round of 16.
They've even met this season already.
Yeah. So for me, I think they become this kind of rival in the Champions League now. That sometimes I feel like UEFA is trying to pair them and make it about another rivalry of, since we don't have the Barca, Real Madrid rivalry, the Man United, the Chelsea are not coming through again. Man City is in the big league now, in the Champions League. Let's start pairing them with the big boys, because that has really helped Manchester City's pedigree in the Champions League. Now you think about Manchester City and who can give them a headache. You think about, Real Madrid and say who can give them a headache. You're thinking Manchester City. And it's because they put them together so much so that they've understood each other. So whenever it's time for Man City, Real Madrid, everybody starts thinking it's a derby. It's going to be interesting. Haaland, Vinicius, this one, that one. Meanwhile, on a normal level, Man City and Real Madrid for Champions League.
Okay, all right. Talking about the Champions League, where the matches were concluded last night. You already know where it went. But for Europa League, the games are coming down tonight in the UEFA League knockout stage as well. Talking about the Europa knockout stage. But before we check out all of these fixtures, let's tell you that having done well in the month under review, Rafael Onyedika is in the running for the Player of the Month for his club, of course, Club Brugge. And of course, right about now, with what he has done in the last month, they say he's been up against 4 other guys. He earned his nomination, having played very well in the month under review. Spring of impressive performance for the club. Of course, he scored he had 5 appearances, scored 1 goal, and of course, he also had 1 assist, a major one in the UEFA Champions League that he had the previous week. The 24-year-old, of course, is in the running alongside Joe Ondons. Yes, Nikola Stredozzi, Alexander Skantovic, and Mamadou Diankiwi. These are the guys who are pairing up with him in the Player of the Month. So Rafael Onyedika doing very well for his club side. I mean, this one should be making him to cement his place in the Super Eagles now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of guys fighting for that midfield position now. Indeed, he is definitely going to be leaving very soon. We saw what Onyeka is doing, and of course, Onyedika, both guys are in the pole position to take over that central role. And sincerely speaking, I think it will help him a lot, because Club Brugge is a proper Champions League side, though they failed this season already, but they will always come back to the Champions League. And all that matters is decisions going forward. You should just make sure that even if he's going to leave a team like that, remain in a team that will keep improving you, because that club has really improved him, and I think locking horns with some of these big boys has really really improved him as a player.
Improved him as a player. All right, so let's see, because if he will go, it's going to be a worthy replacement for Wilfred Ndidi, because Wilfred doesn't have much to play anymore unless we want to start deceiving ourselves. Okay, all right. Cristiano Alvaro Santos Ronaldo is a club owner now. Yes, he's bought his stake into Almeria in Spain, so he's a co-owner of that club, a Spanish second division side. They call them Segunda Division Almeria, by acquiring 25% share in the club earlier today. The announcement was made, and 41-year-old Nasser forward has bought his stake in Almeria, who are owned by Saudi Arabian investment consortium led by Mohammed Al Khaliji through his recently formed CR7 Sport Investment Company. This guy can never be broke.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not so much about even being
never
broke.
Be broke again.
It's so much about the fact that just 2 weeks ago there was a fight. You know, he was going to leave, he wasn't going to leave.
Exactly.
And then a week after, he's signing a new club. He's owning 25% of a club. It goes to show that the Saudi side, we are the one buying whatever media is selling. They value Cristiano Ronaldo so much, and they will do everything possible to keep him in the league, because it's one person, one brand, one entity that has entered the league and has transformed the league, for goodness sake. So I think he's we can't even begin to say congratulations to Cristiano Ronaldo. He's had this all his life. He's probably going to still go and buy Sporting Lisbon. Maybe he's reserving bulk of the money.
I've said that a long time ago, that one day we just buy Sporting Lisbon.
He's probably going to turn to a manager himself. Probably it's just one player that we don't even know what the future holds for. It still feels like at 42, Ronaldo still, I feel like he's got a lot ahead of him. So it's great. It's just a privilege to watch him.
Well, each time I talk about Ronaldo, you know what I always say? I say I tap from his blessing. That's what I say. I tap from his blessing. Okay. All right. Real Madrid, I don't know, always in the news after a game, now in the news for the wrong reasons, but this time not Real Madrid actually. It's actually, they've launched an investigation after a supporter was said to have allegedly performed a Nazi salute before the club's Champions League game against Benfica yesterday. Prior to the kickoff at the Bernabeu, a fan appeared to make the fascist gesture as the television cameras panned around the 83,000 stadium all around. Of course, the fan was identified by security staff moments later and ejected from the stadium. He was thrown out of the stadium. Of course, Real beat the Portuguese side 2-1 in the second leg of their knockout round playoff tie to proceed 3-1 on aggregate, of course, to the last 16 of the championship. Why is it that when Benfica play Real Madrid, there must be bad news, sad news, and unpleasant news? First round, first leg, terrible news. This one again, Nazi's salute. God have mercy. Anyway, let's leave that matter and quickly check out the fixtures for tonight in the UEFA Europa League. And of course, Krasnodar about now warming up to take on Lille of France. Of course, the game has kicked off already. Goalless is what we have, as well as Ferencváros taking on Ludogorets Razgrad. It is also goalless. In the first leg, it ended 2-1 in favor of Razgrad. VfB Stuttgart, coming from a 4-2 defeat of Celtic in the first leg, they are now going down 1-0 in the 6 minutes of action, while Victoria Plazen are playing goalless with Panathinaikos. The game ended 2-2 in the first leg, so enough to play for right there. In other games coming up at 9 p.m., Bologna taking on Brown. The game ended 1-0 in favor of Bologna in the first leg. Celta Vigo carrying 2-1 to PAOK Salonika today. And of course, Genk will be playing Dynamo Zagreb. It is 3-1 in favor of Genk in the first leg, and they are hosting the second leg today. Nottingham Forest They beat Fenerbahce 3-0 in the first leg, and right now they are leading 3-0 into the Forest today. Sportsia, which of the fixtures would you look at tonight?
I think most of those games have been decided in the first leg.
Yeah.
But for me, it's going to be Crystal Palace definitely against their opponent. They traveled away and played a 1-1 draw.
That one is in the Conference League.
Yeah, in the Conference League.
Yeah.
And they traveled and played a 1-0 draw. And so they got a chance to be at home today. So they are one of the side in the EPL that were open.
Yeah.
Will go all the way in the Conference League, but they've been really poor, to be honest. But I'm just hoping that maybe tonight they will find the rhythm, because the more the merrier for Premier League. The more we have these guys advancing into next rounds of competition, the more we have rooms open for qualifications into Europe. So for me, I think in the Europa League, I'll still keep an eye on Fenerbahce, Nottingham Forest, because even though it was a 3-0, I still feel like Nottingham Forest can also still come and be a trouble. I mean, talk about Fenerbahce can still come and be a trouble. It's one of the things that we lack in the NPFL. When a team is away in the current system of football, that away team is the one who is in more comfortable place to be a trouble, because they feel like the ones at home are the one who's got things to lose. We're going away, let's go and make life miserable for them. So you will now see the home side trying to keep themselves and say, whatever happens, let's just manage a draw. That's the mentality, and that's what I think Fenerbahce will be coming with tonight. Fenerbahce will be like, let's go attack them. They've got 3 goals. They might want to sit on it. They are
let's go and scatter everything.
Let's just go and make it worse for them. Let's see, even if it's a defeat, 1-0 defeat in front of their fans, they will feel it. They are a club, in the Premier League who feels like home should be, held in high esteem. Let's go make life difficult for them. So it's still one of the reasons why I will keep eye on that game.
Okay, in the he talked about Conference League, of course. Let me give you the full fixtures in the Conference League as well. Fiorentina, yes, will be taking on Singekulia. In the first leg, it was 1-0 to Samsunspor. For other games that will be coming up at 9 p.m., AZ Alkmaar will be taking on FC Noah. FC Noah defeated them in the first leg 1-0. Crystal Palace, of course, you heard Sportsia talk about it. Of course, against Monster, 1-1. The game ended in the first leg. Luzern will be taking on Dromo Keskigda SK. The first leg ended 1-1 as well, while Lech Brozna will be taking on KUPS. The first leg ended 2-0 in favor of Brozna. So these are the games going down tonight in the Conference League. Everything will be decided today because the fixtures, as I said earlier, 1 p.m. tomorrow, we'll get to know the round of 16 fixtures. So who will make it and who will not make it. So all of these games must be decided tonight ahead of the fixtures tomorrow. Okay, there's a poll. I saw a poll earlier today, the Sportsia, talking about Aston Villa being the season's overperformers in the EPL. Do you agree with such poll?
Nah.
That they are the overperformers, that they've done pretty well than any other team this season?
Come on, no. No.
You don't believe?
No. With the crop of players they've got, with the kind of manager they've got, that's actually what they should consider. If they were a team like maybe even Crystal Palace, if Crystal Palace has done what they are doing, they still won't be that team, because you have to first look at the previous season to the current season. Because
they were actually judging by what they did in the previous season. They say they did very well in the previous people were looking at what they could have done.
They should do better.
But they started wobbling at a time. That's what they rounded off the poll and say overperformers. But are they really wobbling at the time now?
We should have waited till match day 30 before we say something like that, because this is where it gets intense. This is where it gets very dangerous, because this is where people start waking up. The survivors who wants to get out of relegation zones, the one who wants to make it to Europe, the ambitious ones who wants to go win all the way. This is where things get more intense. So I won't call them the overperformer. In the EPL this season, I think it was about that time, this time last season, I was saying the same thing about Nottingham Forest. And eventually they fell so bad out of Europe.
Yeah, courtesy of your club now.
You got not just only Chelsea, it just goes to show that if you crown anyone too early, you might be crowning the wrong team. So it's so very, not so very trustworthy enough to be crowning teams at this moment. It's like crowning Arsenal as the best team in the Premier League this season already. It's not going to be. It's going to be too early for that. Looking at what's actually already before them. So to me, I think they've done well. But look at the manager they've got. One of the best managers in the world. Look at the crop of players they've got. These guys most of them are going to the World Cup. So Aston Villa is just underrated, because they are Aston Villa. Maybe if they were Tottenham, you would have rate them and believe in and respect them more. So for me, I don't think they have done beyond their capacity.
Because some people are saying, instead of saying they are overperformers, call them even underperformers. Because they've won 2 out of the last 6 games.
Exactly what I'm saying. So you have to actually look at the capacity of the team you are calling overperformer. What would you call overperformer? A team that has Morgan, Watkins, best goalkeeper in the world, manager who has won series of Europa League. What are you talking about? These guys are arguably one of the best teams in the Premier League at the moment. So for me, I wouldn't call them overperformer. I would just say, let's watch them. Should they go on like this and still be in 3rd place till match day 30, then we can begin to call them names. Because
they remain 3rd right about now, and they can strengthen their position with victory at Rock Bottom Wolves tomorrow, because they are playing Friday Night Football returns tomorrow. When we come tomorrow, we'll look at all of these fixtures for you tomorrow, because Friday Night Football is coming back in the EPL. If Villa win that game tomorrow, they'll move 9 points clear of Chelsea before Chelsea will be taking on Arsenal on Sunday. And that's the game everyone is talking about now, because everyone is saying Chelsea could be deciding Arsenal's fate. You know, it's a grudge match. Anytime Chelsea Arsenal wins, it's a grudge game. We have enough time to talk about that on Complete Sports on Saturday, of course. So we'll see what happens in all of these games. But one thing is certain, Chelsea, Arsenal, all of the legends, both from Chelsea and Arsenal, they've been talking, you know. So, I mean, that game, you know, when Chelsea want to play Arsenal, is always a very big talk in town. It's always a very big talking time. Okay, let's wrap it up this evening. Tomorrow we'll have enough things to talk about again when we return on the Sports Cruise. But don't forget, we have the Melody Sports Cruise in the morning at 8:30, right about here. We do it twice a day. That's where we bring this tune for you every time. Thank you very much for coming through the Sports Seer this beautiful evening. They said you don't see anything again. You're seeing blurry visions now, according to the Sports Marshal.
Wait till the end of the season.
He said you're seeing blurry visions.
People we said will fall out of Champions League place. People we said will go into Europe. People that we said will win the league.
We know you're out of top 4 now. Presently.
Chelsea.
You're out of
we usually
Man U has knocked you out of top 4.
Chelsea is usually not in top 4 until match day 35, 36.
Okay.
And by 38,
that's when you come and do
you
the
see
magic.
them sitting pretty. That's it.
Okay, it's all good. All right, big ups there.
Good evening.
Yeah. Okay, I don't mind him. That's the way it's been tonight. Thank you very much for being part of the show tonight. Of course, you know how it is, a part of the sports segment. Don't move. I'm still right here. We're going to be giving you entertainment and much more. Don't forget, we're also being in class. What are we learning tonight? Another 2 set of words that we'll be looking at. The Finest is still right here. It is Turn Off Thursday edition of the Cruise Show with The Finest.
Melody 100.7 FM Ibadan. Stay cool with Melody.
Melody FM 100.7. From Melody 100.7 FM Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. The time is 7 p.m. Melody FM 100.7.
100.7. 100.7.